This is one of the most recited passages in churches worldwide. A verse that has molded sermons, shaped prayers, and even forged entire belief systems. But what if I revealed a startling secret? That Jesus never uttered those words. That's correct. What if millions accept as Christ's direct speech was never spoken by him? Could it stem from a misunderstanding, a flawed translation, or is there a deeper mystery at work? Stay with me, because we're about to peel back the layers and expose the jaw-dropping reality behind this so-called most recited verse. And that's not all. Along this journey, we'll uncover other scriptures wrongly credited to Jesus and unveil what he truly said instead. Believe me, you'll be stunned by our findings. But before we disclose the verse, let's explore why this happens. Why do so many boldly repeat words Jesus never spoke? The answer might leave you speechless. The influence of misinterpreted scripture. The Bible has been translated, transcribed, and reinterpreted across millennia. With that process comes human mistakes, cultural biases, and yes, misconceptions. Many faithful assume that a verse repeated endlessly must flow straight from Jesus' lips. Yet history paints a different picture. Think about this. Have you ever heard someone say, "Heaven favors the self-reliant"? It feels scriptural, but it's nowhere in the Bible. So if that's not from Jesus, where does it originate? And could the same apply to our so-called most recited verse? Hold that thought. We'll return to it shortly. First, let's trace how such errors have crept into Christian teachings over time. Historical missteps. You might be asking, how can words Jesus never spoke become a top-quoted verse? The answer lies in the Bible's historical journey. From oral tales to hand-copied scrolls, from Latin and English translations to today's interpretations, each step opens the door to errors or assumptions. Take, for instance, the well-known saying, "Neglect discipline and ruin follows." Many believe Jesus said it, but did he? We'll address that soon. But first, let's investigate how translations might have twisted these misquotations, how translations reshaped Jesus' words. Most of us read the Bible in our own tongue, yet the original texts were penned in Hebrew, Aramaic, and Greek. Shifting from one language to another can subtly or dramatically alter meanings. For example, when Jesus spoke of love, did he use a single term for every kind? The Greek New Testament employs distinct words: agape for divine, unconditional love, phileo for brotherly affection, and eros for romantic passion. Some translations muddle these nuances. So what happens when this affects a famous verse? And here's an even more astonishing twist. Some phrases attributed to Jesus in English versions don't appear in the earliest manuscripts at all. This leads us to the burning question. What is the most recited verse Jesus never spoke? The most recited verse. The moment has arrived. The most quoted verse in churches today, which Jesus never said, is, "God will never burden you beyond your strength." Does that ring a bell? It echoes through sermons, adorns Christian merchandise, and consoles those in distress. But here's the raw truth. Jesus never spoke those words, not once. So where did they come from? Some suggest it's a misreading of 1 Corinthians 10:13, where Paul assures that God won't let us face temptation beyond our endurance. But temptation and suffering aren't identical. In fact, Jesus often warned his followers of trials that would test their limits, yet he also handed them the key to triumph. And what he actually said might leave you reeling. What Jesus truly said. Rather than assuring that life would never overwhelm you, Jesus delivered a radically different message. In this world, you will face hardship, but take courage. I have conquered the world. John 16:33. Notice the shift. Jesus didn't claim, "You're strong enough." He declared, "I am your strength." He didn't guarantee self-sufficiency. He promised his support. Misunderstanding this truth can lead to grave consequences, which we'll dive into next. The fallout of misquoting Jesus. What happens when Christians anchor their faith on words Jesus never uttered? The impact can be devastating. Those grappling with crushing challenges might feel like failures when they believe God won't overload them, yet they crumble under the weight. So what's the alternative? The answer lies in Jesus' authentic words. His real message holds far greater power than any misquote. Let's explore more verses often credited to Jesus that he never spoke. You won't believe some of these. Other verses Jesus never said. Here are 3 more passages frequently misattributed to Jesus. First, wealth is the source of all evil. The Bible actually states, the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil. 1 Timothy 6:10, a huge distinction. Second, purity is akin to holiness. That phrase isn't in the Bible at all. Third, condemn the wrong, embrace the wrongdoer. While this aligns with Christian values, Jesus never phrased it that way. And there's one more commonly twisted saying that flips our understanding of his teachings. But before we reach it, let's discuss how you can avoid falling for these distortions. So, what have we learned today? We've unearthed one of the most widely recited yet mistaken verses, traced how translation errors fuel misinterpretations, and exposed several other phrases wrongly linked to Jesus. But most crucially, we've discovered that Jesus' true words carry a power that outshines any misquote. Next time you hear a verse quoted, ask yourself, did Jesus truly say that? Because the truth is always worth chasing. If this opened your eyes, be sure to like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell. More revelations await. Until next time, keep pursuing the truth.